most rewarding championship that I've ever been involved in.
Momentum's up.
This championship is one of the hardest in the world.
I think I've done it. Oh wait, I have to do. God, but now my suit's all wonky. Is this weird over here?
Oh. So, what are we chatting about here, boys?
Yeah. And clap it down. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm doing it. Okay. I feel so fancy doing it.
You didn't put anything funky on there, did you? You didn't screw me over and I just signed it off.
I got into the BTCC when I was still in nappies.
I started go-karting in Ireland when I was like 13 or so.
Started karting at the age of 5. Obviously it starts off as a hobby, a bit of a Sunday thing with father and son. Slowly progressed into taking it a bit more serious. That natural progression from karting into cars happened. The rest is history from there.
I did my first ever race at Brands Hatch GP. I'd only just got my international C racing licence for the BTCC, and I was on the podium first round, stood next to Matt Neal, who when I was 17 felt like the real life BFG. You know, he was huge, and that was how I got into the championship.
And my elder brother, he was already racing. He ended up doing 2 years in touring cars. And I think that kind of whole sibling rivalry of always wanting to be the best kind of shone through. I think everyone played that PlayStation game at some point in their youth. So it was like, oh, I kind of want to do that.
So 2020, for lots of reasons, was hard for everybody. We had COVID, so we had no fans. It felt soulless.
I think everyone's sick of being at home. Like it started like a holiday, and then it kind of went to just like prison.
This year, I think I'm in with a good chance because I have a car which is on the same level playing field as everybody else. I'm with Sicily Motorsport, which is a very professional team.
We're an independent team. We haven't got the resources to some extent like the manufacturer teams have. So to be the underdogs and to claim three of those titles, it was a great feeling to sort of bring them that main championship.
Because I didn't want to come back and be P nowhere, because it's just going to be really boring. Because I felt like this car has a real chance.
Sometimes you just have to give yourself a little talk to in the mirror and reevaluate yourself, and that's all I've been doing, looking back at previous races. So hopefully I can turn up and improve on my weaknesses as of last year.
You know, it's not going to be easy at all. It's going to be very hard work. That's why I sign up for the BTCC every year, because it's hard work, it's exciting, it's fun, it's fast, and it's full of adrenaline. So, ready to go, mate. So I'm really excited to be here for the start of the 2021 British Touring Car Championship at Thruxton. It is a fantastic circuit. It's the fastest circuit we race at all year. As a team, this is going to be a massive learning year. You know, I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win everything. It's our first year, I completely understand that. We're going to have to gain a lot of data this year. I think I need to be a bit more honest about it, because it is f***ing hard. You know, it is completely different. You know, as much as I've won races in rear-wheel drive cars, and Adam Morgan's, you know, Ginetta champion in rear-wheel drive, and we can both drive rear-wheel drive cars. Learning it all over again at this level when the whole grid's within half a second, it's quite tricky. We're starting the first race meeting at Thruxton, high speed, and looking like it's going to be wet too. So I think, yeah, I'm most anxious I've ever been going into the British Touring Cars this year.
I think I chose 2021 to come back into the championship because I felt like the Cupra has a chance to challenge at the front. Being like totally honest, I think the last year I did in 2017 was a bit taxing. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't some nerves around it, because you spend the whole winter building to this point. The minimum of what I would see as a success, like everyone's going to say to win this, to be on the podium for that, but like there's 30 other drivers that want to win. So for me, probably the minimum is to be back on the grid for 2022. Like I've left here thinking, oh, there's greener pastures and I'll enjoy this and I'll enjoy that. But you don't. Like the touring cars is the creme de la creme, and that's kind of where my minimum would be to stay here. I don't want to go away again. Like I don't want to look in from the outside thinking, geez, I wish I was doing that, because I've tried that and it's not that enjoyable.
Fastest track on the calendar, no ballast. I think it's really going to throw a mix out there. It's very intense. There's high calibre of drivers, massive mix-up in terms of driver to car. So there's a lot of unknown quantities, and I think that's going to be the bit that is going to catch people out. I think we built a very, very strong race car. Is it ultimately the quickest car? Potentially not, but points are made on Sunday, not on Saturday. Why I'm still here and still doing it? I'm hungry for more and more championships. My name wants to be in that history book. I want to sit there in 15, 20 years time and for drivers to know or set out goals to go and beat what I've marked in the book. To sit here and say we're 5 British Championships in is what I want to do.
We're currently here on race day on Sunday, reflecting after qualifying yesterday. It didn't all go to plan.
Qualifying, I think if I was to script a session where things could have gone wrong, everything did go wrong. From those changing conditions to getting blocked to a little issue on the car.
First round being Thruxton, being damp on a drying circuit with a hard tyre and rear-wheel drive, ticks every box for it being the hardest possible qualifying ever and having 0 free practice 1 running. So, you know, 20th is probably where we should have been.
So I ended up qualifying 19th, which, you know, it's not a position that I'm writing home about to say how happy I am, but considering all the things that were thrown at us, it's probably pretty fair.
So it was definitely the lowest I've ever qualified in all the years I've been racing.
Today is a new day, and I think that's what's nice about touring cars are you wake up on a Sunday morning and you forget about Saturday. When you go out into the races, everyone has a fair chance. We'll forget all about the troubles of what yesterday was.
So I definitely can only see one way in race day, and that is moving forward. So I'm very excited about the race in half an hour.
Welcome to Thruxton, and we really have been impatient for this day to arrive. The crowds might not be here, but the action certainly is. An outstanding lineup of drivers is all set for the quality racing and intense competition that makes up the 2021 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship.
I noticed Ash Sutton going really hard on that outlap through the complex. He's trying to build as much temperature into those hard Goodyear tyres that everybody's on for this race, because he wants to get off and try and get up the road as soon as possible.
So there is the double champion, the reigning champion, Ash Sutton, the Laser Tools Racing Infiniti Q50, and his good mate Josh Cook lining up with him at the front of the grid. Round 1 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship about to get underway. Lights go out, good start by the rear-wheel drive Infiniti, and also, as you'd expect, the BMW of Colin Turkington, who jumps ahead of Josh Cook on the way up towards Allard for the first time, and it is Sutton then who leads the way. Up into 4th place is Tom Ingram, and he's looking for a way to try to gain ground as they make the run towards the complex for the first time. It's side by side for second as Cook tries to go around the outside into Campbell. There's a bit of a rub, and Sutton spins on cold tyres. Around goes the leader, around goes the champion, and that puts...
The opening race of the season, it was prime position, set in pole position, but unfortunately it didn't last very long. Got to turn 3 technically, got a pump from behind, so it turned us round, put us back to stone cold last.
He had a touch. He had a touch from Turkington.
When you get taken out and you know you've got the pace in the car, you kind of just have to quickly push it aside, reset your mentality for that race, and suddenly go on the attack mode, and we did exactly that. To come back from 28th to sort of 9th, it's a bit of a stellar drive. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
So we're finally here at race 2 at Thruxton, and everything was going very smooth up into that first corner, and then of course...
And then it was a red flag, and I really hope that everybody is okay after that crash.
And it just definitely brings me back to 2017 when Aaron had his shunt, because I just saw the black and white car go upside down, and it just makes your heart honestly do somersaults. So I turn around and I see the black and white car on its roof, and I was just like, that's definitely Aaron. I started running, and then I see the auto bright on the side of the door, and then of course was Nick Lynn, and it breaks your heart. He has no family here.
But it was a very big shunt, and yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm happy everyone's okay, but it was a very big crash. Looking at that seat upside down at turn 1 looked pretty horrendous.
Just back out of it and see what happens in front of me, and then off.
It's not wiped out.
Mate, he came in with some pace, like.
Try you about.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Well, it wasn't too bad in the car. I think he lost it himself, eh?
May have just lost it.
Okay, you go.
Jake Hill was very...
Everything's in perspective, and I know sometimes results might not come our way, but I guess all that matters is their safety. The car's in bits. I'm not sure what's going to happen back at the garage, but I wouldn't say race 3 is a runner, that's for sure.
Round 3 of the championship is set to go at Thruxton. As the lights out, they slither away from the line. Good start by Jelly, and now you'll see those on wet start to pounce forward. So it's Jelly that leads away. Flex, can he get the switch back? He tries for the outside line going into Cog, which is the inside for Seagrave. He gets run out wide, there's a rub between them. Sutton goes through, makes it stick. This is Tom Chilton up the inside of Carl Baldley and goes through. That looks a lot wetter than it was a lap ago. The nice warm slicks for Jake Hill are about to give him the race lead. Jake Hill leads at Thruxton. Now Sutton goes for the inside line. The wets work, he's got the grip, he's got the traction, he's got the lead, and Ash Sutton then goes through. The man that started the day on pole position for race 1 leads, but Jake Hill comes back at him. Fantastic. Wets versus slick. Hill tries to get back on the inside line, he can't quite do it. Ash Sutton, reigning champion, is going to win race 3 of the day. The checkered flag is at the ready. Ash Sutton wins. Oh, another race full of drama and full of great racing.
The first round, I think when you said roller coaster, it perfectly summed it up. The highs and lows of British touring cars has really played its part, but I think we've really shown what we're capable of. So to sum it up, ultimately, it's been interesting. The car has been absolutely phenomenal, wet or dry all weekend, and we've just been very unfortunate with incident in race 1 and then an engine issue in race 2. So the first round back's been really exciting. Going to be good to get back out at Snet. It's a good mix in the calendar, so hopefully we see everyone there and put a better show on than we did today.
Making way for the winner of round 3, Ash Sutton. Well done, Ash. Congratulations. Up the podium steps he goes to the reigning champion. 2 trophies, the winner and the independent winner. Ash Sutton on the top step of the podium. And now the national anthem of the winning driver.